Welcome to the Big Cat Lounge podcast, where we interview guests in a casual lounge setting from all over the world, sharing their insights one story at a time. We can be found on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, iHeartRadio, and much more. Please rate and subscribe to our show to stay updated on the Big Cat Lounge. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the Big Cat Lounge podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Big Cat KZ, and today's guest comes from the Palestinian Authority, where she works as a software developer. Her passion is solving difficult problems and developing solutions where she learns new technologies and concepts and puts them to use. We welcome Malak Abuthraa to the Big Cat Lounge podcast.
Hey Kyle, what's up?
Not too much. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So tell us a little bit, what made you go into computer info systems? There's so many different fields and paths to pick from.
Well, it started when I was a kid. I was really curious about video games, how video games are made. And once I finished the high school, I just registered in college as a computer information system. It's really for me, it was a really good degree to have because I'm just someone who loves to do problem solving and I love to make things from scratch.
And then you've also been working with Project Rails. And could you tell us a little bit more about that? I know it tries to enable talented Palestinian engineers to try and find jobs in the high-tech sector.
Yeah, it's actually finding a job in Palestine would be like a little bit difficult because the industry require really qualified developers. Now, the Project Rail has selected like a 20 application from 700 applications. So basically, they choose only the best. And they train this student or even like a graduated on 3 different stages. The first stage will be lectures and tasks, and the second stages will be like simulating a real project, and with like and you do that project with the whole team, and the final stage, which is basically I am in right now, it's just to do the job hunting, and also with another task to be prepared for the interview and the technical interview as well.
Yeah, would you say a lot of people just are caught off guard because they don't know what to expect? I guess like you'll have, the regular behavioral interview questions, but then when it comes to showcasing your talent, how do you go about preparing?
Well, to be honest, let's say that finding a job in the tech field, it's really competitive. There is so many good people, and you have really to work hard. Because for us, as the people who are searching for a job, the real issue is the technical interview. Because you need like to train, like you need to go back to the college courses, the algorithm and the data structure, and you need like to do so much practice to be prepared for this interview, and even that there is a good book called Cracking the Technical Interview, and I know like most of the people in the field know about this book, and it's basically speaking about just the technical interview, how we can prepare for it.
Oh, great! Yeah, I think it's very helpful to know like which resources to rely upon to provide you just with the foundation, because I think just starting out, like it's challenging to know like which program language should everyone have as a basic foundation.
Well, basically, when students in college, they sometimes teach you C or C++. Sometimes they just start with Java. For me, I was the first language I learned was Java, and then later I start learning C# by myself, and also Python. I've learned it by myself, and also in the Project Rails, it was like a great opportunity to learn Python and do like learn Python and working on a framework built in Python. So basically, like when you want to do an interview as a fresh graduate, or just like entry-level position, they don't focus on what language you know, but they focus on the problem-solving skills you have. Like sometimes sometimes when you're solving the problem, they ask you you don't have to write a code, just write like a pseudocode, which is basically just write the algorithm, how we can solve this problem.
Yeah, I think they just want to know like how you're thinking, and what the process is behind it, not necessarily the end result, but just how you're going to get to that outcome.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Oh no, I was just saying like the thought process as to how you'll get to the outcome. A lot of it is just you have to display it with the framework with an algorithm. Yeah, no worries.
So
yeah, I was
you're
just
basically asking like
yeah, I was just reiterating what you were saying. That's all. I was just going over the same thing. So I had a quick question. So if you were trying to troubleshoot something, how would you try and approach it? Because for me, like in Excel, sometimes I'll look in forums. I'll try and look at the help functions, but I'll just try and research. But for programming languages, is there any type of guide, or how are you trying to solve some of the issues you encounter?
Yeah, well, troubleshooting is a really important skills for any developer. In college, as I remember, the teacher used to tell us, try to test your code like every step, and it's important to not do the testing in like when you finish the project. It's really important to do the test like for each like component or model you do, because it make it easier and you can catch the error fast. But the troubleshooting in the real life, like in the real job, it could be like really a nightmare. Sometimes the code is just look fine and everything look fine, but we have a problem and we need to do like a troubleshoot and find the problem. So basically we just do like we have like a workflow of this specific problem, and this workflow should go like for step 1, step 2, step 3, and then we try like to compare the output data for this workflow. Like we're just trying to be like specific where the problem exactly happened, and then later we just go for the code. But basically we just when we do the troubleshooting, we don't just go like directly to the code, because when you're dealing with a big product, there's like 1,000 lines of codes.
You have to be really strategic as to how you're sure. Analyzing and pinpointing what needs to be modified so that the end result can be in your favor. For me, a lot of the data that I'm analyzing is in Excel, but it'd be helpful to have other tools to sift through the data quicker, because there's only so much limitations that you have.
I'm sure like there is a good tool like to do the data analysis, not only on the Excel. And I'm also like I think like Excel has a limitation when it comes to the data analysis, and there's like a really huge program and a framework can help you like to do this data analysis. As I know, like most of people nowadays, especially the one who just having a degree in a big data or a data mining, they usually use Python as a programming language to do the whole process, because Python has a really good library to do the data analysis. I remember my graduation project was analyzing medical data that came from neural receptors, and this kind of data is really huge. And when we tried to open this file on Excel, it took so much time. So basically, there is a good library in Python. I think it's called Anaconda, and it just help you just really help a programmer to bring the data and do the whole calculation really fast than the Excel itself.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think now more so than ever, it's just important to be able to quickly act on the data to predict, future outcomes, and just senior management needs to know like immediately what's going on. And if it takes you a couple of days to tell them the story, I don't know, it's not sufficient enough. It needs to be in real time. What is something that you've learned thus far that you wish you had learned earlier on since the beginning? Something that would have been really, really helpful.
I like if I go back 5 years like from now, I would definitely find a good internship. I think the bigger problem that I face, that I started my job directly after I graduated, which was a really like I feel like there is no time for getting training. All my colleagues are busy, and I think if I was a trainee or I was like about an internship in a really good company, I would have like good skills that qualify me to find job very easily. Now, when I started my job, I remember I was just working overtime because I wanted to understand what should I do. There was a new technology, like the company I used to work on, they was working on a specific technology and I've never heard of before. So I think if I get an internship, that would be like awesome. Just 6 to 9 months internship would be amazing for any developer, just to get like the skill set they need. Like for example, if I took a project-trail internship, like after my graduation directly, it's really gonna, I think everything will go different from now. So I would say for people who are going to graduate from college, it's really important to search for internship. And I think Google and Amazon have a really good program for students. I mean, not only Google and Amazon, there is also a good opportunity. Like for example, here in Palestine, they have an academy called Axios Academy that working on a special program for fresh graduate to get like the important skill set for them to start finding a job, which is something I found it like a real opportunity that I was really looking for once I graduated.
And could you tell me a little bit more about the importance of seeking out a mentor?
Yes, it's really important to get a mentor, especially in the time that you are doing a job hunting stage. It's like you having someone in the field can tell you exactly how we should apply for this job and how we can prepare for this interview, and also like I having a meeting with my mentor every week, and we discuss all the job offer we got. We like working on a specific let's say we like discuss is specific offer and how we can prepare for this interview, and how we can like search for another job. And if I get like rejection email, should I like email them back and ask them for feedback? Should I just ask them for like why I wasn't selected? But basically, there is like another reason you can have a mentor. Sometimes people have a mentor just to give the advice about continue their education later. But for me, like a mentor is really important in the job hunting stage. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Just being able to have someone that's done it before you and just provide their guidance and their insight will really accelerate, your pathway moving forward, and just provide you in a direction that you can be successful.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me, do you know what the vision looks like for yourself in the next 5 years? What are you striving for?
So I was working hard like this year to preparing for a technical interview to find like a really good job in a really good company. And once I get the job that I wanted, I want to start my master degree. Now I'm working on applying for computer science and cybersecurity degree. So basically, like after 5 years, I think I will have a good job in the tech field, and also probably I will finish my master degree. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that is really exciting. And I think you're positioning yourself to get that. Now the next step is just really getting interviews. Are you looking for any specific area? Are you looking in Asia, in Africa? Are you open for any opportunities?
Well, yeah, I'm actually like searching for a job in Europe and United States, because like the salary average, it's much better, and there is a really good experience. I've been doing a couple interviews with company located in US and also in Europe, and I really find out that the project they are working on is really remarkable. They are having like new areas. They are working on a framework and programming language. I really preferred here in Palestine, most of people working on a framework like .NET and anything related to the C# and Java. But mainly I work really hard to learn Python and Django. So I really wanted to get like a job that involved these technologies, because for me it's really exciting, and I really become passionate about programming with language more than other languages.
Today's sponsor is Anchor FM app. Go download the free Anchor app today to get started. You can find it at your Play Store or App Store. It's everything you need to make a podcast, and it distributes everything for you so it can be heard on multiple platforms such as Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and many more. This is what I'm currently using right now to edit and record my podcast, and you can do so from your phone or computer. And the tools are really easy to use to help document the Big Cat Lounge journey. So what are you waiting for? Go today and download it.
So for yourself, have you been able to develop an app? Were you able to?
Well, during the Project Trail internship, we were able to build an web application, of course, with my colleagues and under supervision of my mentor.
Oh, okay.
The application was like, the idea of the application was to do a stock website that give you details of the stocks and its price, and also some feature that help you to features that help you to buy the stock or even sell it. And there's a really exciting feature we really wanted to add it. It's to give to do an AI system that basically sell and buy the stock according to the recommendation came from the specialists in the field. So basically, you just put the money on this website, and this website is responsible to sell and buy your stock and give you like a profit. And you really don't need to worry about checking the price and sell and buy your stock. It the whole system will do the whole process for you.
Okay. Yeah, so just it knows when to execute the buy and sell trades. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So then it's going in and out every day, I guess. So it's more of being a day trader.
Well, it's basically a simple project. The idea was of this project to learn how to work with Django framework and Python. Yeah. but it was really interesting because in terms of the money, like you can just put money in this website and the whole system do the work for you. Like you can gain money while you just
sit back.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's really good, because a lot of people, there's many different methods to investing. You can take the active approach, you can be passive, you can do value investing. So it just depends on people's methods. So there's always different ways you can execute and try and scalp and make profit off of a trade.
Yeah, and I'm sure, Kyle, you have a more experience in this area more than me, because I think you work in finance.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just always curious to know like how things are functioning, how everything's connected. Because I did study finance. But yeah, right now I work in the data implementation space, handling regulatory reporting. So it's a little bit different, but just I'm always curious to learn more, and just to see how systems are working, and how the new and latest tools are there for everyone's access to make your life easier to provide a story.
I would really like if one of the audience was a fresh graduate as a software developer, computer engineer, computer science students, I would say finding a job in this field could be hard. It's really competitive, but I wanted to say that you guys should never give up on finding a job. It may take I know people who get like a good job in 3 months. I know people who spend 1 year to find a job. I'm almost after 2 days, I'm going to complete 1 year of job hunting. So basically, the whole process can take time. But as they said, the whole effort you made, one day it will pay off, and you're gonna reach your dream job. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you just got to continue pressing on, and just continue doing what you're doing, because eventually you'll make that connection, and then you'll have that interview, and you'll be able to have that door and that pathway, and then you'll be able to do your passion and work on something that you truly believe in, and then it won't even be considered work, because it's something that really brings you happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the Big Cat Lounge podcast and sharing your story and having this wonderful conversation. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Kyle, for having me on the broadcast.
Thank you again.